So the rumors of a Switch Pro has yet again surfaced due to a cyber leak from Nvidia. Hey everybody, I am Robert Storms. Welcome back to the channel once again. As always, if you guys are finding me for the very first time, please do me a massive favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. That way you guys can stay up to date on all future content here on the channel. So yeah, there has been a massive cyber leak over at Nvidia, which basically talks about how this new chip is actually being worked on for the Nintendo Switch. And the tweet you can see down here, the Nvidia leaks have NIV2, which seems to be the graphic API for the Switch Pro. And basically this is going to include like ray tracing support and all that stuff. And as you can see, the leaks are just making their way on the interwebs right now. And people are kind of losing their mind. They're like, this is the first actual concrete proof that there is a Switch Pro coming. Now, every time we talk about this, we feel like we have proof, but then we end up getting like the Switch Lite, the Switch OLED, and I really like the Switch OLED. I was a day one adopter of the Switch OLED, as well as a day one adopter of the original OG Switch when it came out, and I really like the Nintendo Switch. It's always been my go-to console to game because I work so much, I can just pick it up and go wherever I go. And I love the Switch for that. But even me, I sit there and say, yeah, the games are great. I love the portability, but these games are really chugging along. Some of these games don't even hit 30 frames per second in certain cases. And we've been waiting for a more updated Switch Pro. You know, I'm not looking for something as powerful as a PS5 or Xbox Series console, but I do want a Nintendo Switch to at least constantly have at least steadily 30 frames per second. I would like 60 frames per second with, 4K resolution, 1080p. I don't care if it's going to play the Unreal Engine 5. I don't care if it's going to play these massively graphical games that are difficult to run on the Switch system. I don't care about all that. I'm not asking for a Stream Deck here or a Steam Deck. I'm not asking for them to give me like the Valve Steam Deck. I'm not asking for that. I'm just wanting a console that can consistently run 60 to 30 frames per second, from 30 to 60 frames per second. That's all I want. I will sacrifice 4K in order to get a Nintendo Switch that can run 30 to 60 frames per second. That's what I want. I care more about the performance of the console rather than the graphical improvements. To me, the OLED Switch, the OLED screen is phenomenal. I am super happy with the OLED screen. If we could just take that and move it up to 60 frames per second, that to me, that's the moneymaker. That's what I want. That is what I want. Just to be able to play these games at 30 to 60 frames per second. That's all I ask for. And maybe if I dock it, if I can choose between 4K, that's okay. But I am fine with 1080p as long as the frame rate is locked and steady. That's the biggest thing. So now we have these confirmed leaks that the Nintendo Switch Pro is actually a thing. We thought we had these leaks about a year ago. We ended up getting the OLED. And then we thought we had it a couple years ago. And then it ended up being a Switch Lite. Well, maybe third time is the charm, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to know what you guys think. Be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. That way you guys can stay up to date on all future content here on the channel. And until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms. And that's my opinion. Later, guys.